Hey everybody, welcome to Bura. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about Tesla's new robot. Alright, welcome back. Before I start this video, I want to make sure that you like and subscribe. The more likes and subscribes you get, the more content we can make. The number one reason why you subscribe to this amazing YouTube channel is to get into the money-making trends before they go mainstream. So Tesla had its AI day the other day, and I really enjoyed listening to everything, but the thing that really stood out for me, and for practically everyone, is the Tesla bot. Now, of course, the Tesla bot had a dancer in a suit for the actual performance, which kind of looked a little bit hokey, but whatever. It doesn't really matter because the idea of a Tesla bot has been something in my mind, well, not necessarily the Tesla bot, but a robot that can do things for you has been in my mind for a while, and I've mentioned it several times on this channel. So now if you've watched science fiction movies, in the future there's a robot that kind of does your menial tasks for you, and this is exactly what the Tesla bot is designed to do. It's designed to do dangerous things or boring things. Like, I would really like to pay for a robot to just clean my kitchen. It would be great if they could just clean my kitchen in the night and have a brand new spotless kitchen in the morning. I think it would be absolutely amazing. The other thing that these Tesla bots could do is perhaps go through rubble or a fire or something that's completely dangerous for normal humans but rescue other humans. So there could be a gas leak or something where it is very dangerous for humans to go into, and these robots can save a bunch of people. Now, of course, this is something that's really cool, but as of today, it is, believe it or not, still science fiction. Now, if you're into robotics, you probably heard of a company called Boston Dynamics. They have a really cool little kind of robotic dog that can do a lot of cool things. I wouldn't be surprised if you were getting delivered Amazon deliveries via one of these dogs. You'll just see them on the street, kind of just like delivering things to you. Now, the reason why that's so important is that this dog can kind of move all around, whereas like if it's a robot on wheels, it's limited, it's fairly limited, but the dog can kind of move everywhere it is. Now, Boston Dynamics is doing a really good job with robotics. Now, the thing about robotics that you have to remember is that there are advancements being made every day, but what's really the case is that the stuff that's already been invented is getting cheaper and cheaper, and this is the case with Tesla as well. Now, Tesla has a very good track record with production. Now, of course, a lot of the time it's been hard for them. In fact, in Elon Musk's darkest days during the Model 3, he thought about selling the company to Apple. But Tesla has now solved that, and there are gigafactories coming up everywhere, and that means more production. They are going to solve it. Now, the specs of this Tesla bot is kind of interesting. It's going to be 5'8", and it can only go 5 miles per hour, meaning that you can technically outrun it, which Elon Musk joked about. Now, I think this is kind of interesting, but one of the things that you probably need to do with these robots is to make sure that they're not super powerful and that you can, in theory, overpower it. Now, of course, these robots need an off switch just in case they get hacked or go rogue. Now, robots going rogue is probably not going to happen. That is still probably science fiction, but them getting hacked is something that could be absolutely be a thing. Now, if they are going to go rogue, the best thing to do is to have the power supply to be yanked out of their back. Like, if you can just simply yank out the power supply, that's probably the best way to do it. It has to be something physical, and the capacitors in the robot need to not be so big that you can retain a charge. But again, I think that having a robot around your house just to simply clean it would be a huge time saver. After all, this is why we have technology, and I can't think of a better way to do it. We do have robots already to clean your house. They're called Roombas, but they're not very good. In fact, Roombas are actually quite old and they haven't really improved. The thing is that these Roombas can only go into certain areas and they don't really do a good job. But if you had a robot to clean all the dust and all the dirt out of your kitchen or your house, I think it would be a lot better. Again, Steve Wozniak said in a recent interview that he says, "Where's the robot that washes my car?" Well, guess what? You might have a Tesla bot that can wash your car. Now, guess what? Your Tesla bot can go wash your Tesla. And I think this is actually quite good. Because again, the whole point of technology is to make life better for you. The reason why we have washing machines is so that people don't have to do their laundry all day. Have you ever lived in a place where you had to go to a laundromat? It's a huge pain in the butt. So if you had a robot that just basically cleaned, you would never have to clean. How many hours of your life do you waste cleaning? Well, even if you were to divide that by 2 with a Tesla bot, like you would to do half as much cleaning, I think that's a huge improvement. I don't like cleaning things up. I tried to make the least amount of mess so that I don't clean things up in the first place. So In this case, if I do that, then perhaps the Tesla bot can take the rest of my cleaning out of the way. This would be absolutely amazing. I could have one in the office and it can clean the office for me. Now, of course, we don't know what it's going to cost or when it's going to come out because after all, the Cybertruck isn't even out. I can't go buy a Cybertruck and drive one today, so the Tesla bot is way off in the future. Now, the Tesla bot does pose a lot of engineering challenges. If you've ever seen humanoid robots today, they don't look very good, and a lot of the big car manufacturers who are really good with this kind of stuff have not really produced anything of worth. And one of the reasons I say this is that there's a lot of companies in Japan specifically that are trying to make robots that care for their elderly. Japan is a country that has a declining population because no one wants to have kids there. And the reason they don't want to have kids there is, well, there's a lot of reasons why, but the basic thing that you have to understand about Japan is that their population is getting older and older, and there is less people to work. Now, if you ever go to Japan, there's a lot more vending machines than you would expect there to be. And the reason is that there's not enough people to actually be in the grocery stores or the convenience stores because, well, there's just not enough people to do the job. So they have to automate it. So Japan is a country that has a lot of automation, and there are companies that are associated with the big car companies that are trying to make robots to care for the elderly, and they're actually doing a pretty good job. But even then, it's still not as good as a real human. Now, Tesla has a monumental task to make this Tesla bot any good, and I'm not gonna hold my breath to see when it comes out. It will be a long time, but if it were perfected, I would order a Tesla bot immediately because I would absolutely love to see a Tesla bot and just basically clean my house. Now, of course, we've talked about the hardware, but what about the software? So George Hotz recently said at the Comma Live event that vision and AI vision leads into robotics and robot servants, and it's all the same technology. So Comma, as you know, is a really good technology. And by the way, I did order a Comma 3, and it's in the mail right now, and once I get it, I will make a full review on it just because that video did blow up. And remember, if you do want to hear something on this channel, please post it down below. I will read the comments. Now, the AI vision technology does filter into this application. You need to understand what a plate is, what a dirty plate is, and how to wash that plate. There's a lot of decisions that need to be made. So again, dirty plate, pick up the plate, wash it, etc. You know, maybe you even have a setting where you're using the least amount of water in the sink. Now, if you think about this, you might have a whole bunch of different households with a whole bunch of different garbage policies all around the world. You might have to recycle your food scraps, your tin cans, and they might be in all different locations. So this requires a lot of work. Now, the thing is that humans can do this very easily, but a robot it's very hard for it to do. And how do we get there? Well, it starts with the AI vision technology, and then it goes into other AI decision making. But it all focuses around machine learning. And we do have a course on that on mammothinteractive.com. We have lots of machine learning courses, so please go and check those out. And the last piece of the technology puzzle is that all of that has to talk to the robotics. It's not as easy as just kind of like putting in an output and having it do its work. The robotics side into that is very difficult to do. So again, I'm not holding my breath for this Tesla bot to come out. It could be 5 or maybe even 10 years before we even see one. And when the first few get deployed, I don't think they're even gonna be that good. But I do obviously want Tesla bot to be very good because not only will it help a lot of people save a lot of time, but it also will help the expansion of humanity in the star system. Because guess what you can do? You can deploy a bunch of Tesla bots on the surface of Mars to look for, well, whatever you want to look for. Minerals, water, perhaps signs of life, and they can walk on the moon. They can do all these other things in the solar system. So having a bunch of bots is pretty good. Now, if we are going to explore the solar system, there might be other bots that are not necessarily humanoid that might help. And I love the robots in Interstellar. These robots are absolutely amazing, and I love the design. It's possible that these might be robots there. But of course, if you're going to perhaps, let's say, do some kind of survey, drones make a little bit more sense, or even those little dogs might even make a little bit more sense on Mars. Nevertheless, it would be good to have some kind of bipedal robot to at least help us with the menial tasks. So I know there's other things you can do with robots, but this channel is PG-13, so I'm not gonna mention it, but I know you're thinking about it. So in conclusion, I am very excited about robots, specifically to free up my time to just do some of the things I don't want to do, which is the whole point of technology. Alright, so that concludes this video. Let me know your comments down below. What would you use a robot for? Please keep it civil in the comments, by the way. Remember that this channel is new Patreon, said we sell our digital products down below. And more than again from the content that you buy below, the more content we can make. If you really like this channel, you can subscribe to Mammoth Interactive's huge library of content. We release 20-60 hours of fresh new content per month, every single month. We also release a ton of machine learning projects here, and we also make these projects practical, meaning that you're going to be learning practical things that you can put on your resume if you want to become a machine learning specialist. We have a monthly and yearly option, and our goal is to get to 10,000 paid subscribers. If we can do that, we can get to making 200 to 300 hours per month every single month, plus a whole bunch of ed tech solutions. It really won't take that many subscribers to take us to the next level. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. You make this channel possible, and you make my company possible. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.